The Treaty of Paris 1783 marked the formal end of the American Revolutionary War and the recognition of American independence by Great Britain. For Britain, the negotiations leading to the treaty were fraught with challenges, as the once mighty empire grappled with the reality of defeat and the need to redefine its place in the world. Britain's role in the Treaty of Paris was shaped by a combination of military setbacks, diplomatic maneuvers, and strategic considerations as it sought to mitigate its losses and salvage its standing on the global stage. 1. Acknowledging defeat. The Treaty of Paris represented a humbling moment for Britain, as it grudgingly accepted the reality of American independence and the loss of its 13 North American colonies. The defeat dealt a severe blow to British prestige and imperial ambitions, forcing the government to come to terms with the consequences of its failed attempt to suppress the rebellion. 2. Negotiating terms. Throughout the negotiations, Britain's primary goal was to secure the best possible terms under the circumstances. Despite its defeat, Britain sought to protect its remaining colonial possessions, preserve its global trade networks, and safeguard its economic interests. British diplomats, led by Foreign Secretary Charles James Fox and negotiator David Hartley, engaged in protracted negotiations with American, French, Spanish, and Dutch representatives to reach a mutually acceptable agreement. 3. Resisting further losses. While Britain ultimately recognized American independence, it sought to limit additional territorial concessions and indemnities. British negotiators were keenly aware of the potential repercussions of further loss of territory or resources, particularly in the Caribbean and India. As such, they worked to protect Britain's overseas possessions and secure favorable terms for its remaining colonies. 4. Ensuring stability. Beyond the immediate concerns of territorial loss and economic impact, Britain also sought to ensure stability and prevent further conflict in the aftermath of the war. Recognizing the rising power of France and the potential for future hostilities, Britain sought to cultivate diplomatic alliances and maintain a balance of power in Europe to safeguard its interests. 5. Legacy and historical significance. The Treaty of Paris 1783 marked a turning point in British history, signaling the end of its colonial empire in North America and the beginning of a new era of global competition. Britain's role in the treaty negotiations reflected its struggle to come to terms with defeat and adapt to a changing world order. While the treaty represented a setback for Britain, it also laid the groundwork for future diplomatic engagements and reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the era. Conclusion. Britain's role in the Treaty of Paris 1783 was defined by the challenges of reconciling defeat with its aspirations for continued global influence. Despite the loss of its American colonies, Britain sought to protect its remaining interests and ensure stability in the aftermath of the war. As we reflect on this historic chapter, we are reminded of the complexities of diplomacy and the enduring legacy of imperial decline and transformation.